A very good day all and welcome back to Art and Craft, a hobby. In today's video, we learn how to make this flower bouquet with a surprise ballerina card. So let's begin. We will be making three types of flower today. So for the first flower, I'll be making the petal now, for which we'll need 2.5 strips of yellow tone. First, I'm taking the half strip and I'm going to make a loop using a comb. I will be making single-sided loops, for which after the first loop we'll be making incremental loops on one side only, like I'm making here. So for this pattern I'll be making 3 loops. So this is the third loop. I'll now take out the coil and I'm going to wrap the remaining strip around this loop and secure it. I'm now taking the one full strip and I'm going to again make a loop around 2 slots. So this is the first loop, and with this strip I'm making double-sided loops, which means we'll be making incremental loops on both sides like I'm showing. So we'll be making 3 loops on each side. I will now pull this pattern out of the comb. To the center of this pattern, I'll apply some glue and then I'll tuck the first loop which we made, the teardrop shaped one, and again I'm going to wrap up the remaining strip to this teardrop shaped pattern. I have one more double-sided coil which is made with one strip, and I'll wrap this around the first petal which we made. So this completes the petal, and in today's video we'll need 15 such petals to make 3 flowers. I'm now gluing up all the petals together. I will place this flower in one of the slot and press gently in the center to give a 3D effect. I have half a strip of red and half a strip of brown here, which I'm going to make a tight coil and glue it to the center of the petal. And our flower is now ready. I will now make the stem and leaves for the bouquet using the comb quilling pattern. For this, I'll be taking the quilling strip between 2 slots in the front row. I'll loop to one slot in the row behind and I'll bring the strip out of the same slot in the front row. I have demonstrated this pattern in detail in previous video where I made the garden swing. Here I'm not going to make this pattern throughout the length of the comb, but I'm just making it with one full strip. I'm now pulling this pattern out. For this project or the bouquet, we'll need 12 such patterns. I now have 2 such patterns which I will glue together to make one stem. And I'll press the pattern in the side to bring the leaves together. I'm now making a tight coil with a lighter shade of green and I'll shape it into oval. So this is going to be the bud. I'm going to use 2 shades. One is a lighter shade of green and one peach shade. So the lighter shade of green, I'll be gluing it in the center of the stem, and on either sides I'll be gluing peach shaded buds. We now have the twigs or the fillers ready. For the second type of flower, I'm using orange strip. With one strip, I will make a open coil by putting it in the 15 mm slot. I'll now glue this and shape it into a teardrop coil. I will now wrap this teardrop shape with half a strip of green. For each flower we'll need 5 such petals, and in total we'll need 15 petals to make 3 flowers. I'm now gluing the 5 petals together like we did for the first flower. I will now shape the flower to get a 3D effect. And for the center of the flower, I'm using half a strip of green to make a tight coil, and then I'll glue it. I will make the third type of flower in the same pattern. However, I'll use half a strip of yellow and put it in the 10 mm slot and make a teardrop shape out of it and wrap it with quarter strip of green. To make the ballerina, I'm using tones of pink. Here I have 20 centimeter of lighter pink, 15 centimeter of medium shaded pink, and 10 centimeter of dark pink. I'm gluing these strips together, and now I'll make curls with this, that is, quill them and make it an open coil. So we'll need 6 such patterns for the ballerina. Also, I have used one more curl wherein I have used 2 shades only, and we'll need 5 to 6 of those as well. To make the dress of the ballerina, I'm first putting an open coil made in the dark pink shade, and then I'm gluing the pattern that we just made. 3 patterns as I'm showing, and in the rest of the place we are going to fill it with the 2 shaded patterns. So this is again graduated tones. In the videos I have shared earlier, I have shown how to make a ballerina. So that will remain the same except for the pose of the ballerina. This is the completed ballerina. To make the surprise card, I am using a A4 sized cardboard sheet. I have made 3 equal partitions in this sheet, and I am now folding on the partition lines. I'll also fold in the border line on one side only. And now when we fold this, we'll get a triangle. I'll make a mark of the size of that triangle on a separate cardboard sheet. I'm now making 3 partitions on that triangle as I am showing in the video, and I'll be cutting it into 3 parts. The 3 parts are of varying size, so I'll make a mark as to which part should be glued where on the cardboard sheet. I'm now making a folding mark with a blunt object near the curved end of these 3 parts, and then I'll fold on that line. I will apply some glue towards that folded region, and then I will tuck it to the upper part of the cardboard sheet on each partition. Once completed, this is how it will look, and for each of these parts I have applied a layer of glue to make it more firm. I have now glued the 3 ballerinas, one in each of those partitions. One of the ballerina which I made today, and 2 of the ballerinas I made in the previous videos. I will share the link to make the ballerinas in the description box. I'm gluing the smaller flowers which we made in the lower end of the cardboard sheet near the feet of the ballerinas. There'll be one flower in each corner of the triangle. To make the bouquet, I'll first fold the card as I'm showing in the video, and I'll secure it with a rubber band. I'll first glue the fillers or the twigs. Once the twigs are glued, hold it for some time, pressing it to the cardboard as it takes a while to dry. I'll repeat the same on all the three sides. Also, I'm gluing them in such a way that there is no constraint when we are opening or closing the card. I'll now glue the comb quilling pattern flowers on top of the twigs. The petals are glued in such a way that they cover the open gap in the center. And I'm now attaching the second type of flowers or the simple flowers. So to that, I'll be gluing it sideways and the glued petals will be attached to the first flower. The quilled flower bouquet with the surprise ballerina card is now ready. Hope you all enjoyed the making of quilled flower bouquet and the surprise ballerina card. If you did, please do hit the like button and leave your feedback in the comments section. Also, do share and subscribe to Art and Craft, a hobby. Thank you for watching. Keep supporting.